Hello everyone and good evening po sa ating lahat. Today is Wednesday, kalagitnaan na naman ng linggo, September 15. So, happy Wednesday sa ating lahat and happy sweldo do sa mga 15 ang sweldo. Ayan. So, hello sa inyo and good evening. Ayan. Sige, no? So, as usual, StockWentuhan ulit tayo. Today, 8:30 tayo ngayon, no? Yeah, 8:30 p.m. So, hello sa inyo, no? Right now, let me try and greet yung mga kasama natin dito na nag-message as early as 8:18. So, I hope na nandito pa kayo. Okay? So, we have, sino ba? Oliver, hello sa iyo and good evening. Awesome channel. Good evening. Profit taking na ba? Well, ako nakapag-profit take na ako kahapon. Kahapon ba yun yung napag-usapan natin yung 7,000 level? Or nung Monday pa yata? Basta? Hindi ko na maalala. Ayan. Hello, Tess. Good evening. Autoloan Philippines. Bought more for my long-term dividend stocks. Nagbigay ng magandang dip. Sa Arit, second liker here. Maraming salamat. Nice, nice. Congrats. Jewy, hello. So, good evening. Apple, Lori. Pa-check. Sige, mamaya, no? Make sure to add that doon sa ating poll. Okay, para masilip natin. Ben, hello, magandang gabi. Maraming salamat sa like. LJ, hello, good evening. Okay lang yan, maraming salamat. BJ, hello. Janet, Jan Patrick, Alfred, meron, yeah. So, 8:30 tayo ngayon kasi may meeting ako actually na natapos ng around 8, no? So, pahinga ng 30 minutes tapos sabak ulit sa another session. This time naman with the stock. Kasi kanina I had a meeting again sa work. No? Ayan. Lori, good evening. Edward, ayan, hello sa iyo and good evening. Roy Conbawa, Light Seeker, good evening. Lenore, good evening din. Maayong gabi, Jingle. And Sherwin, good evening sa'yo. Ayan, nice. Mukhang marami-rami tayo ngayong gabi na to. So, ako, mas maganda kung since 8:34 na rin naman, then I guess we can already start, no? Para marami tayong ma-handle or marami tayong masagot ng mga questions and makapag-review tayo ng mas maraming stock ngayon. Okay? So, with that, pero syempre before we actually start, ano mo tayo, technical check, no? I just wanted to make sure everything is okay, malinaw, walang any noise and naririnig ako ng maayos, no? I had my AC going kasi medyo humid yung panahon ngayon. So I hope hindi naman siya ganun kaingay sa end ninyo, no? Or sana hindi naman siya ganun naririnig. Okay? So if everything is okay, pa-press naman ako number 3. Okay? Pa-comment ako number 3 sa inyong mga comment box. Ayan. Para ma-make sure lang natin na maayos ang lahat. Ayan. Nice. Okay. Maraming salamat Karen, BJ, Janet, and sa inyong lahat, no, na nag number 3. That means malinaw siya. Okie dokie. So with that, let me go ahead and start our session. So dun pa nga pala sa mga bago lang dito, this is StockWentuhan, no? It is a regular show dito sa StockSilog kung saan nagla-live stream tayo both sa Facebook and sa YouTube, no? Every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at around, depende, 8 to 8:30 p.m. Ganun yung usual time. And then usually we have this live session for more than an hour, usually all the time, no, more than an hour, kulang pa nga eh. Minsan nagto 2 hours pa nga tayo and even ganon, kulang pa minsan. Ayan, dito pinag-uusapan natin mga special topics, Q&A, ayun yung mga magiging topic natin mamaya, and of course stock reviews, no, after the Q&A. Kung baguhan ka man or experienced na trader, you'll definitely learn something here. Ayan, and of course remember everything we talk about dito is hindi yung dito na stock. Anything that we talk about here are not recommendations. I don't do recommendations or I don't do recos. Everything here is just my personal opinion and for research purposes only. Okay. So remember na ikaw pa rin ang pipindot ng buy or sell button. So please, think before you click. And of course, if you find this type of session helpful, please consider following our social media accounts, lalo na sa YouTube, kasi kanina I was looking at it, nasa 4,830 plus na tayo, no? So maraming salamat doon sa mga nag-subscribe na. Doon sa mga hindi pa, please do consider subscribing sa ating channel. I'm hoping to target 5,000 subscribers, no? For this month. Ayan. Also, sana ma-share nyo rin yung stream. Baka sakaling mas marami tayong matulungan, especially nasa Facebook, no? If you can share it sa either sa group, sa wall ninyo o kaya sa mga groups, no, na kung saan you are part of, para baka sakaling mas marami tayong matulungan sa kanila. Also kasi when you subscribe and share the stream, it actually helps us to deliver, no, all of this content and all of its video for free. Yan. Now, to start with, syempre, ito, introduce ko lang muna, especially sa mga bago pa lang, no, we are using Slido dito sa ating Q&A. Dito natin nilalagay yung mga questions and stock request. Okay? So, kung baguhan ka pa lang, ayan, just go to slido.com, www.sli.do. Okay? And then, when you reach that, dun sa joining as participant, just go to StockSilog or type in StockSilog tapos enter. And then, you will see this one. No? For the Q&A, yan, yung mga questions. Okay? Pero yung stock request natin nasa poll side. Ayan, para at least kita ninyo siya agad. Okay, dokie. Ayan, so we already have about 11 questions here. So, ayun o, kung nandito kayo sa Slido, please try to upvote kung yung mga interesado kayong question. So, upvote nyo na lang siya so we can prioritize them. And then, kung may mga specific questions kayo, then you can also post those questions here. Okay? For those, para mas madali sa inyo, madali naman akong kausap. So, let me also try to post yung link, direct link sa ating comment section. Ayan. So that you can just simply click it or copy-paste kung ano man yung prefer niyo. And participate, no, dito sa ating Q&A sessions and also yung ating polling or stock request mamaya. Ayan. Okie dokie. So, with that, let us... Teka lang i-set up ko lang yung settings ko dito. Okay, let us start, no? Ito, first question natin. What is your selling signal in trading all-time highs? Okay, this is a good question though. Okay. Di ba sinasabi natin dito that before that, an all-time high is basically is a breakout. Di ba? Let's try to... Saan ba yun? Okay. I'm trying to load yung chart. Yan. Para mas madali sa atin, no? Ayan. Okay. Sige. So, all-time high. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng all-time high para dun sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam? Let's look at Monde since isa to sa mga nag-all-time high kanina. Ayan. Okay. So, pagdating sa all-time high, itong ibig sabihin yan, it is a breakout from its previous resistance. Okay? So, the resistance that I'm talking about is either yung nauna, no, ito, o kaya ito, na-break niya yung another resistance, and then also yung last candle kahapon, na-break ulit niya. No? So that is a breakout. Okay? And then nasasabi natin na all-time high dahil yun yung pinakamataas na presyo na naabot ng stock for its lifetime sa stock market. Okay? That's why all-time high. Ngayon, may ibang tayong makikita na what we call the 52-week high naman, which is basically pinakamataas na presyo in the past 12 months or 52 weeks. Okay? So, yun yung sort of difference pero similarities din nila. Now, on the question of where is your selling signal or how do you place your selling signal? Okay. some of the analysts are using Fibonacci, no? Yung extended version. But ako kasi, kapag ka all-time high, simple lang, no? Unahin muna natin yung concept, no? On all-time high, sinasabi natin na walang resistance sa all-time high. Maghahanap pa siya ng resistance, no? And then usually doon tayo kumukuha ng TP or yung take profit natin when it reaches the resistance. Okay? Pero since walang resistance yung isang all-time high, then we cannot do that. Okay? Pero what I do here is simple lang, no? Instead of using the resistance as my all-time high, I just set it doon sa aking cut loss level. Okay? I set my cut loss level, or I update my cut loss level every time na nagkakaroon ng movement yung isang stock. Okay? Let me show you what I mean. Medyo backtrack tayo ng konti ha, para at least maipakita ko lang sa inyo, no? So let's go back here, no, September 7. This was the first breakout na nangyari kay Monde. Okay? After it breaks, yung resistance before na 17 pesos, it now became the support. Diba? Nagkaroon ng role reversal the moment na ma-break nung candle yung resistance, which is ito. Okay? Now, after it breaks, since support na siya, then that means ito na yung kailangan kong alagaan. This is now my cut loss price. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, kapag yung price or yung candle the next time mag-drop below that 17 pesos, I take profit. Okay? Now, so what happens kapag halimbawa umaangat yung stock? What I do on that cut loss, or yung cut loss na yon is minumove ko siya. Every time that there is a breakout na nangyayari, I move it. So for example, here kay Monde, I move my my pricing, my cut loss doon sa top na dahil na-break na siya kahapon. Diba? So now this is my new cut loss point. Okay? Shoots. Sorry, napindot ko na naman yung back button sa mouse ko. Wait lang ha. Let me try to redo that. Yun yung mahirap kapag masyadong manipis yung ano eh. Okay? So, ayan. Bringing it back. Ayan. Okay? So, as I was saying kanina, minumove ko siya, no? Minumove ko siya dito. Which means, yung na-break na to, this is now my new support, no? At 1768. Okay? Now, what I do there is, I try to monitor every time na aangat yung presyo ng isang stock na nag-all-time high. Okay? And then, I dynamic, ibig sabihin, I change it. No? I update it regularly. No? Minumove ko siya. Okay? So, for example, kahapon, nung na-break niya, yung etong 1765 or 1768, then I move the cut loss area dito. No? Which means, kapag the next candle, which was today dapat, drops below 1765, I sell. Okay? Pero since hindi siya nangyari, instead, gumalaw pa rin siya, nag-move up pa rin siya, then, I move that again to 1825, I think, no? O, basta 1825, ang hirap tansyahin eh. Okay? And then, what I do there is, since maganda yung rally niya, hahayaan ko lang siya. The moment this one breaks, kunwari, no, nagbigay siya ng red candle tomorrow. Kapag hanggang dito lang, hindi na break yung support, then stay put. Hold lang ako dyan. But then, in case it breaks, nag-breakdown siya, then, this is my first cut loss. This is my first, well, cut loss ang term ko, no? Pero ibig ko sabihin dito is, I'll sell at this level. Okay? Ang ginagawa ko is, I sell partially. Okay? Why partial lang? Kasi, the stock still has good momentum eh. Diba? I just sell it para lang mag-run ako, para ma-realize ko lang yung gains ko. Usually, I sell about 20 to 25% dun sa mga parts na yun. Okay? So, ganyan lang siya. Kung halimbawang lumipad ulit yan, then same thing, no? I'll just move it. Ganun lang. Okay? Yan. I do partial selling para, alam mo yun, kung halimbawa mang mag-drop pero the next day bawian siya, lumipad ulit, then I still have skin on the game. Yan. So, that is how I sell, no? That is my selling signal sa whenever I am trading an all-time high. Okay? If you notice, wala ako masyadong ginagamit na ang tawag ito? Na indicator, no? It's just plain support and resistance. Doon lang ako naglalaro. Okay? For sure, you can use other technical indicators na you are familiar with, no? But ako kasi mas prefer ko, no? It's my personal preference just to use the simplest one, which is support and resistance. Okay? So I hope I was able to answer this question. Ito. So for stock price doing all-time high like Converge, Monde, are there any indicators that show the projected? Yes, no. There are some indicators like Fibo. Hindi ako marunong mag-pitchfork or any others. Ang madalas na ginagamit ko lang is Fibo, no. So how I do that is simple. Let's take itong si Monde for example, no. How I do it is ganito. Pagdating kasi sa Fibo, you have to identify your specific Fibo levels, yung Fibo extensions. Okay? So, how I do that is, I try to measure yung pinaka-recent na drop. Okay? Most recent drop. And then, I place my 1.618 and 2.618. Okay, so let me try to place that here. So again, no, most recent drop. So ibig sabihin, from here, since ito yung isang naging resistance niya before, hanggang dun sa drop, ito. Ayan. So from here up to here. Because yun yung recent drop before siya lumipad. Okay? Now, kung mapapansin niyo dito, edit ko lang to ha. Ayan. So yung extension ko, what I use is the 618, no? Meron akong 2.382 dito pero I'll disable this one para mas madali makita. So 1.618 and 2.618. Okay? I can even have 3.618 if I wanted to. Okay? So ayan. Now, with this one, you can easily see, no, that my next resistance level using Fibonacci is etong part na to. 1796 or 18 pesos. Since the break na niya kahapon, then the next one is the 2.618 Fibo level naman, which is at around 19.5 or 19.55. So that is the next, no, na pwede kong targetin as my next target price. Okay? So this one I have used this several times before. Okay naman din siya sa akin. Ayan. Okay? So that's that. Next, sir, pa-explain nga po ako ng pullback candle at candles na nagko-consolidate and breakout using Darvas Box strategy. Salamat po ng marami. Okay, sige. How I do Darvas Box is quite simple, no? wala akong masyadong, kumbaga, mga, I'm not doing some fancy things. Okay, so let me try to remove all the indicators muna. Okay. All the drawings, ayan. Okay. So basically, on my Darvas box, I just try to capture the rectangle, yung rectangle, and then I wait for three candles. Okay, how I do that is ganito. So this is for Darvas, no? So this is my first Darvas. This is my first rectangle, no? From the moment na, actually hanggang dito yan. Ay, oo, hanggang dyan lang pala. Yun, no? This is the same as the support and resistance, no? Kasi kung papansinin natin, it's just a box, but essentially you are still taking in your resistance and your support. Ika nga. Diba? Nandoon pa rin yan. So, kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, support and resistance is universal. Very simple to do. Marami lang iteration. And etong Darvas box, this is one of the iteration ng support and resistance. Okay? Now, how I place it is ganito, no? On the rally, I wait for about 3 to mga minimum of 3 candles. Okay? And then, backtrack ako konti. So, on the rally, di ba? Yan. So, sa rally na to, every time na nagkakaroon ng new highs, basically, this is new high, nung panahon na to, or nung araw na yan, this is another new high, this is another new high, di ba? So, syempre, because it's a new high, hindi mo pa makikita yung resistance mo. Okay? So, every day, you try to update it, no? Parang from here, magiging ganito, magiging ganito. Okay? So, you just set it up like that. And then, para masabi mo na solid na yung part na yon, yung resistance na yon, ibig sabihin is meron ng sort of consolidation, no? Doon sa top, you have to wait for 3 candles. If those 3 candles, hindi na siya lumabas doon sa resistance na yon, then you can set it as your kumbaga pinaka-resistance na. Yung upper limit ng box. Okay? And then, kung napansin mo rito kay Monde, 3 candles lang, di ba? Nag-set na agad siya 17 pesos. And then, magda-drop siya. Usually, pag nagda-drop yan, inaabangan ko yan na pwedeng umabot ulit yan dun sa lower portion. No? Kung saan ako nag-start nung, or basically the support. Pero what happened kay Monde kasi is, hindi na siya nag-drop dito. Hanggang dito lang siya and then, umangat. Pero, even if umangat siya, kung mapapansin mo dyan, hanggang dito lang ulit siya. No? Hindi niya kayang basagin yung upper resistance na ginawa mo on that box. Hanggang sa nag-drop. And then, same thing, no? This time around, hanggang dito. And again, 17 pesos. Tapos, same thing din. Ano nangyari? Pero hanggang dito lang siya, hindi na siya umabot doon. And then after nyan, hanggang sa ano na yan dito. Okay? Now, since this is your first box, the moment na magkaroon siya ng breakout, then same thing, no? You will have to set yung new box. Kumbaga, you will be anticipating the new box. Initially, hanggang dito lang yan. Kasi yun pa lang yun di ba? Pero since nabasag na siya, then nagbilang ka ng 3, pasok pa rin naman. So basically, this is still your this is still your box. Maliit lang siya. And then another one na naman. Pero dito kasi you cannot create a box yet kasi it's still rallying Paangat pa siya, no? So maghihintay pa tayo. Okay, maghihintay pa. Now, for Darvas box kasi usually ang buy dito is the moment it breaks out. So buy on breakout, no, pagdating sa Darvas. Like for example this one. So, ang buy signal dito sa Darvas na to is itong breakout candle. Okay? And then the cut loss, the immediate cut loss there is, of course, itong nasa 17 pesos. Yung dating resistance. Okay? Yan. And then saan yung magiging sell naman nito? On the next, no? On the next. Technically, dapat ito sell na to rito eh. Ito. Sell ito doon sa buy mo dito. Okay? Ayan. Okay? So yun, that's a simple explanation on how I usually use Darvas Box. Pero again, since sabi ko nga sa inyo, Darvas is basically just support and resistance. Nagkakaroon lang ng variation in terms of where you are buying and where you are selling. Then I just, again, stick to the basic support and resistance. And then I place my own, kumbaga, my own spin on it. Okay? Yan. So I hope nasagot ko siya. How long do you hold your position on a sideways? On a sideway stock? Okay. Sige. So, in general, there are 3 ways to exit. No? There are 3 ways to exit a position. Okay? Yun muna ang gusto kong i-discuss, no? Kasi sabi mo rito, holding lang eh. Pero I think what you're trying to ask here is kung gaano katagal. Diba? So, I am trying to answer that by answering kung kailan ba ako nagsisell. Yan na lang, para I think mas appropriate siya. Okay. Ba't ayaw mag-move? Ayan. Okay. So, sabi ko kanina, there are 3 events where I sell. Position. Okay. Clarify ko, no, na syempre hindi ka na makakapagbenta kung wala kang position. Okay? So, the number 1, which is the most common, is when you reach your TP. Is usually yung resistance. Okay? The second one is when your cut loss is breached. Okay? Let me try to para mas mapakita ko sa inyo. So again, this is your typical channel or stock, ika nga. And then yung stock mo is kumaganyan lang yan dito. Okay? Now, yung sa first one, when you reach your TP is basically pag na-reach mo tong top na to. Then, sell. Sa CL naman, which is the cut loss, pag na-reach naman, pag nag-drop naman siya below here, na-breach niya yung support. Okay? Now, yung tanong kanina is, paano naman kung sideways siya? Which means, hindi siya umaabot sa top, hindi rin siya umaabot dito. So, let's say parang ganito. Yan. O, di ba? Madalas may mga ganyang stock eh. Hindi umaabot ng top, hindi umaabot ng resistance, hindi rin naman umaabot ng support. Okay? So this is my third part, which is, teka lang may edit ko pa kaya to? Wala, hindi na. O, i-add ko na lang siya, no? My third event here, or the third way where I sell, is when I see a better opportunity. Okay? Kasi let's face it, no, etong part na to, minsan, mapapagod ka dyan, no? And usually, well, technically, dapat hold lang to eh. wala kang ibang pwedeng gawin dyan kung hindi mag-hold down. Pero let's say 2 years na hindi pa rin umaandar or hindi pa rin nare-reach yung resistance mo or hindi pa rin nare-reach yung target price, hindi rin naman nare-reach or nabe-breach yung cut loss. Okay? So I go to the third one. When I see a better opportunity. Okay? Which means habang wala pa akong opportunity na bago, I just let it go, no? Hayaan mo lang siya. Hold lang 'yan, no? Na kung halimbawa at some point you did your homework, meron ka nakita na, uy, teka, mas attractive na itong stock na to. And unfortunately, wala na akong buying power. Then you might consider etong part na to sell it, no? Kumbaga, accept na lang na okay, wala na to. I have to drop my initial trade plan dito sa stock na to because I am more confident na mas maganda yung opportunity sa kanya. Okay? Gaano katagal yon? Wala talagang makakapagsabi. No? Kung kailan to yung number 3. Basta meron kang mas better opportunity, doon lang. Okay? Pero sana, ito lang ang masasuggest ko, no? Wag naman yung tipong 1 week pa lang, nainip ka na, and then you sold it agad. Kasi, uy, may better opportunity. If you do that, well, number 1, etong dalawang to, this is basically your trade plan. Etong pangatlo, this is just a backup in case you see a better opportunity. And to be honest, ako, very seldom ko lang ginagawa. Okay? Kasi madalas, etong dalawa yung nahihit ko eh. Or sometimes I just add in some buying power. So very rare. Siguro I would estimate it mga 10 to 15 times. 10 to 15% of the time lang ko ginagawa to. Okay? So ayan, I hope na sagot ko siya. Next. Yung candle kahapon sa PSEI is bearish engulfing po ba yon? Hindi ko maalala. At may nasaksihan na po ba kayo na bearish engulfing ngayon tapos bearish engulfing ulit kinabukasan? Gets ko yung part na yan. No? Pero sige, let's try to find out. No? Pero hindi, before that, what is a bearish engulfing? Yun muna, para dun sa mga, for the sake of those na hindi masyadong familiar, no? So, bearish engulfing candle. Ayan. Para makita, para mas ma-visualize nyo siya. Yun. Okay. So, ganito. No? Engulfing pattern, it can be bullish, it can be bearish. Okay? Sa bearish engulfing candle, ang ginawa niya is, it was led by a green candle, shorter one, tapos followed by a longer candle engulfing that green candle. Engulfing, ibig sabihin, sinakop niya, no, from the top nung green candle na body hanggang sa lower end nung green candle, sinakop niya. Okay? That is your bearish engulfing pattern. Okay? Now, let's go to PSEI or to the chart and see, no, kung nag-bearish engulfing nga ba siya. PSEI. Okay. So, eto, this is my question to everyone. I'd like to know your thought. Etong part na to. Yan. Yung dalawa lang na to ha. Yung dalawa lang na yan. Do you think this is a bearish engulfing candle or not? I'd like to know your thought muna before ko sabihin yung opinion ko naman about it. Sige, I'll give you siguro mga 10-20 seconds. Ayan. Gusto ko lang malaman at least yung opinion ninyo about this one. Inom lang ako. Uhaw na naman ako eh. Okay. Sorry, nag-burp pa ako. Okay. Interesting. So, karamihan nagsabi ng bearish engulfing, no? Okay. Sige. So, para mabilis tayo, for me, this is yes, it is a bearish engulfing. Kasi by its definition, in-engulf niya. Ano bang tawag? Ano Tagalog ng engulf? Hindi ko alam eh. Colloquially, I just call it nilamon niya yung previous candle. Eh. Ganun lang iniisip ko. No? So, etong part na to. Okay? So, yep. This is a bearish engulfing candle. Okay? Now, sa bearish engulfing candle, that is a bearish pattern, which means that when it is formed, usually it is followed by a bearish bias. And I think that is what happened here. No? So, merong bearish engulfing followed by this part. No? Nagkaroon na siya ng drop. Okay. Ayan. Tapos, minasaksihan na po ba kayo na bearish engulfing ngayon? Tapos, bearish engulfing ulit kinabukasan. Hindi na siya pwede mangyari. No? Kasi if bearish engulfing ngayon, that means, kunwari kahapon this is a bearish engulfing. You cannot have another bearish engulfing kasi basically the candle yesterday is already a red candle. Diba? Kung titingnan natin yung definition or at least yung visual ng isang bearish engulfing, saan yun? Ayan siya. It must be preceded by a shorter green candle. Okay? Ayan. Next. Considered ba na consolidation yung ginagawa ni ACEN ngayon? Let's find out. ACEN. Ayan. Okay. So, AC is, wait lang load ko nga yung chart ko para nakikita ko rin yung ibang mga ayan. So, AC. Meron ba siya? Wala. Okay. So, itong kay AC, yep, this is consolidation, no, on this area. So, yep, it is still consolidation. Now, if you try to move back a little, pagdating doon sa chart mo, yung period, hindi ito hindi yan. Ibig sabihin by period is yung visual mo on the whole chart. That is still, I can still consider this as a sideways or consolidation. Okay? So even if I move that, no, even if I extend that, this is still consolidation or sideways. Okay? Another indication that you can see kung sideways mo siya or hindi, that moving average, no? Your MA50 or your MA200 are doing flat, no? So hindi siya nagte-trend, naka-flat lang siya. Okay? So ayan. Those are simple ways that you can use to identify if a stock is on consolidation or on sideways. Next. Guys, pasensya na kung minsan napapahaba yung explanation ko on some of the things kasi I wanted really to expound or explain well yung mga concepts, no, so that you can use it for your or on your future trades. Okay? Kaya minsan nagba-backtrack ako saglit, I pick up or I discuss the theory behind it and then how you can apply it. Okay? So I hope I know marami sa inyo medyo advanced na dun sa part niyo, pero I'm still considering kasi na baka may mga bago para at least they would understand where we are going or where I'm coming from. And then also dun sa mga experience na is more of a refresher na lang. Next, Sir, based sa previous patterns niya dito, nag-form na naman ba siya ng another V pattern? Yes, it is forming a V pattern. So, possible ba yung bouncer from the current big pullback? Possible ba yung bounce from the current big pullback? Wait lang medyo medyo nagka labo-labo yung terminologies. I'm not sure if I am following you correctly. Kasi ganito siya. Sana ba yung mahiwaga kong note paint dito? Ayan. Okay. Kasi you mentioned bounce eh. Remember ito, terminology again tayo terminology para ma-figure out lang natin, no? Again, on a typical chart, yan. Yan lagi, no? Ganito lagi yung natin. Okay. A bounce happen when the price reaches the support tapos nag-bounce. Yan, yung area na yan. This is what we call the bounce. Its opposite or yung kabaliktaran niya is on the resistance naman. Kapag ito nag-breakout, yung parang mukhang bounce, this is naman your pullback. Okay? So again, bounce and then pullback. Ang pangit ng mouse ko. Ayan. So, at least yan yung concept, no? Now, kasi yung question mo dito was, possible ba yung bounce from the current big pullback? And then it is coming from the V pattern. Kasi if we try to identify, yung V pattern kasi, tama ba? Wait nga. Wait. So, ang ibig mong sabihin, kasi kapag V pattern, basically, the bounce happened here already. Naka-V na siya, tapos na yung V formation ni dito. So, basically, it already bounced. No? Kaya medyo naguluhan ako dun sa part na yun. Possible ba yung bounce from the current big pullback? Or maybe you are wondering about this one? Kasi yeah, technically, since ito yung pullback, yung when it reaches that support, no? Kasi sa breakout, 'di ba, nagkaroon ng role reversal from being a resistance, R, ayan. And nag-hold ito, magiging support na siya because of that role reversal. So, okay, that means etong part na to. This is your bounce. Yun ba yung ibig mong sabihin? If that is what you mean, then technically yes, possible siya. No? I hope, ewan ko kung tama yung analysis ko dun sa tanong mo. Pero yeah, if that's the case, then yes, pwede ang possible ang bounce. Okay? Next. Can you please try to show the chart for Monde and converge 2 on 2? Okay. I think ito yung sa all-time high kanina. I think we have done that already. So, pero Monde lang. No? I think it's enough na rin. Siguro na-explain ko na rin naman siya ng maayos. Next, possible po ba or feasible ba na swing setup si IMI? It seems may bear trap lang siya sa dulo at bull trap sa unahan banda. Si IMI, let's try to find out. IMI. Yan. Okay. Alangan ako sa kanya on the swing. Kasi again, 'di ba, ang swing is ganito. You have to you must have a clear support and clear resistance. No? Dapat klaro to. Kaso yung problema mo kay IMI, hindi siya klaro eh. Merong highest peak dito, tapos merong lower ng konti, and then lower pa rin siya. Diba? And even itong nasa baba dito, medyo alanganin din. Unless you move that. Kaya for me, this is not a good example of a chart na pang swing. No? So I hope na sagot ko yung tanong mo. Do you use lower time frame to spot your entry or daily is enough? Okay. I think what you mean is this one, no? Yung period mo dito. Okay. For me, I just use 1 day. I can go up to weekly sometimes. Pero most of the time, day lang ako. I seldom, very rare na mag-play ako below the 1 day period. No, yung 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. No, very seldom, very, very rare. Siguro I would only do that if I am trying to do tawag ito, day trading, no? Which is again very rare kung ginagawa. What is the reason for the big increase in value turnover yesterday? I was unable to monitor the market during the trading hours this past few days kasi. Okay. So basically two things, no, ang nakikita ko dyan na nangyari kahapon. So the first one was yung the first one was the IPO. Okay? Syempre may pumapasok na pera sa market because of the new listing. Yung mga nakabili on the IPO, tapos yung mga gustong mag-trade during the listing. And then number 2 was the was the 7,000 na resistance. Okay? So it still played into kumbaga kung ano yung ginagawa ng market. No? The excitement on the 7,000. Yun nga lang, as we have seen, mukhang untog na naman tayo on that 7,000 level. Okay? So, yun yung napapansin ko, no? Next, bakit na-perform ang mga price pattern? Bakit na-perform yung mga price pattern? That's just basically how the market is moving eh. Yung mga patterns na yan, lumalabas siya dahil because of the price action mismo, no? Yung buying and the selling of the traders. Okay? So, syempre, mas marami yung buyers, then the stock normally goes up. Kapag naman mas marami yung seller, the price goes down. So, tug of war, no, between the buyers and the sellers. Okay. Next. Sabi ni Johannes. Tama ba? Johannes Camilon. Okay lang po ba direspetuhin blue chips ang RSI indicator like Converge? Akala ko Subaru lang na di rin may respeto sa RSI. Nope, not necessarily, no. Pero in terms of the sa Converge, okay, I think I know what you mean. Regardless if it's a blue chip or not, okay, if the stock is really on a bullish run, lalo na kung nag-all-time high siya or nag-52-week high, ako, I do not rely too much on the RSI. Okay? I do not rely too much on that. Mas papansinin ko yung price action. Okay? Kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga buyers and sellers. Mas doon ako mag-focus. Kasi, ito lang when the stock is on a all-time high, 90% of the time, the stock is already overbought. And yet, even if the stock is already overbought, traders still keeps on buying that stock because there is a momentum going. Okay? Now, kailan mo gagamitin yung RSI? I would say on extended rally, pwede doon, or doon sa mga stock na hindi naman masyadong binibili, no? So hindi sila gaanong ka-traded. Then pwede kong gamitin yung RSI. Pero kapag highly traded yung mga stock, especially mga hyped stock or yung mga talagang lumilipad na stock, I don't put a lot of focus on the RSI. Okay? Ayan. Wow. Okay. So, sabi ni Lenore, gaano po kataas ang chance na magkabentahan ng Converge? after 1 year from IPO listing. Mukhang pinatataas lang daw ang Converge para after no, walang there is no expiry for any stock, no. I'm not sure where they are coming from for that 1 year na sinasabi. But in my experience, it's not always the case. No? Unless they are referring doon sa ano yun yung during the IPO, there are those na hindi pa sila pwedeng magbenta. Ano ang tawag doon? May terminology silang ginagamit doon eh. Na may specific period na hindi po na sila pwedeng magbenta. Tapos once na mag-expire yung period na yon, then they can already sell some, no? So, ay nakalimutan ko lang. Pasensya na. Okay. Sabi ni Anonymous, merong FTSE review sa Singapore Stock Exchange. Meron din po ba dito sa PSE? If yes, ano pong effect ng stocks at anong strategy ng traders? I'm not sure what they mean by FTSE review sa Singapore Stock Exchange, no? Pero basically, there is also FTSE rebalancing na tinatawag every quarter. Okay? Pero I won't be relying too much on that. Okay? Kasi yung mga index na to, like FTSE or MSCI, hindi naman sila they have value, no? Pero hindi ganun ka closely followed yung mga index na to. Especially FTSE. Siguro if there is one index na bibigyan ko ng priority over the other, I would rather take MSCI. Okay? Versus FTSE. Kasi si FTSE hindi siya ganun katunog dito sa APAC eh. Siguro on EMEA, yes. Pero sa APAC, usually, mas MSCI yung fina-follow. Okay? Now, what happens there is pag nagkakaroon ng rebalancing, there is a short term, okay? Short term na volatility doon sa stock. Kung halimbawa, papasok yung stock doon sa index, no? Yung index hindi yung PSE index ha. Ang tinutukoy ko is kasi yung mga grupo na to, meron silang iba't ibang levels, no? So yung big cap, small cap, mid cap, mga ganon. Those are what we call mga indices. Yan. Okay? So kung makakapasok sila, let's say upgraded to big cap, si ganito, then sometimes I would expect that yung stock na yon magkakaroon ng short-term rally. No, short-term lang, no? Sometimes it won't last a week. No, very very short lang siya. And sometimes yung price movement isn't that big as well. Okay? Unless heavily na siya, no? Kumbaga hype na rin siya. Kumbaga hype na siya locally and then masasama mo pa yon. So dagdag positive sentiment. Okay? Ayan. So tatlo na lang, bilisan natin. Si MWIDE at MEG po ba ay same company? Hindi po. Magkaiba sila. Okay? MEG is a property development company while si MWIDE naman is more on the construction and airport operation. How do you usually determine a false support breakdown? Example po kay SEB. Ganito, no? Hindi ko nasisilipin si SEB pero pakita ko na lang. So again, this is your resistance, this is your support. Okay? Now, what happens is, paano ko masasabi if it is a false breakdown or false breakdown or false breakout? Yun na lang. Kasi either way pwede. No? So, ganito siya. Sa false breakout kasi is yung breaking the resistance, di ba? Ito, na-break niya to. Okay? Masasabi ko na false breakout yan if the next candle 1 to 2 days, no, breaks down. Bumalik siya sa loob ng resistance or nabasag niya agad yung support. Etong linya na to. Then this is a false breakdown. Breakout. FPO. Yan, false breakout. Now, same thing naman sa baba, no? So this as a support, pag nag-break yan, Wait for about a day or two. Pag yan bumalik sa taas, then this is a false breakdown naman. Okay. So, ayun. That's how I usually see it. That's the reason also, kung napapansin niyo dun sa mga ginagawa kong analysis, I wait for the pullback to happen. And yung pullback na yon dapat hindi niya ma-breach to. Same thing on the bounce. No? Kailangan hindi niya ma-breach yung support. Kasi I wait for that. Okay? Kasi kung hindi, then yung risk ko for a false breakout will be equal doon sa risk ko na mag-break, na magtuloy-tuloy siya. So, equal risk na sa akin yun. Okay? Next, ano pong recommended nyo na indicator kung gusto malaman kung kailan mag-bounce ang isang stock at saka maganda po bang GMA7 for long term? Salamat. Recommended, very basic, support and resistance. Eto lang, you're good to go there. Okay? Again, maraming variation ng support and resistance, no? Pero for me kasi this is the most basic and the most, for me, powerful, no? At least in my experience. Okay. GME7 for long term, yes, I would say so. They are a good company plus high dividend paying and consistent dividend payer sila. Okay. Next, possible candidate pang dito in Monde for the next blues. Monde, not so much. Dito, not so much too. No? Kasi remember, sa blue chips, hindi lang basta-basta dahil volatile ka. Okay? Hindi dahil malakas yung traded value mo, matik, pasok ka na. Kasi sa PSE, they also have to consider yung sector mo, kung saan ka napapabilang. Okay? Dito is part of the technically industrial, tama ba? Yung subsector ng telco, sino ang kalaban ng dito doon? Meron ng tatlo. Okay? Meron ng tatlo. So, the next question there is, bakit pa kukuha ulit ng another telco? Okay? Ayun lang I'm not saying na hindi siya pwedeng pumasok. Okay? It's not that. You have to also to consider, kasi remember that your index is the representation of the economy sa stock market. Okay? So, they are doing some balancing, no? Nung mga sectors. Kasi kung hindi, then if they won't do that, I think, no, na kung halimbawa no, ang magiging basis lang nila is just the volatility alone, I think mining in oil should have at least 50% sa index because they are very volatile, followed by properties, diba? So imagine that, again, hindi lang sila basta-basta ganun. They are trying to equalize yung mga subsectors, kumbaga kumukuha sila ng mga ano doon, ng mga representative ika nga. Okay? Ayan. So ayan guys, pasensya na hanggang ito lang muna, no, kasi it's already 9:30. Baka pasensya na, you see anonymous, no, for that one. Okay. So with that, let's move on to the stock chart request. Okay? Ayan. So ito na, no, we have about 43. Ayan. Just like what we did kanina, as I have mentioned, yung ating stock request will be done dun sa Slido. Okay, just go to Slido, tapos, and even slido.com, tapos participant code is StockSilog. No? Alternatively, I'll provide you yung link kung gusto nyo diretso. Okay, which is this. Ayan. Hindi ito ba? Teka lang. Let me double check. Ayan, so tama naman. Okay? So you can go there and then enter ninyo yung inyong stock code and then magka-calculate na lang yan dyan. Okay? So sige, wait lang kuha lang muna ako ng water para dire-diretso tayo mamaya. Okay? Sige. So just place yung mga ano ninyo, mga stock codes. Okay? Saglit lang Ayan, hello everyone. So, I hope dinig pa ako. Okay, sige. Pa-check lang, no? Hindi ko kasi nakikita if naka-on na yung microphone or not. So, if nandiyan pa kayo guys, ano naman, pa-comment naman ako number 4. Just sa comment box. Gusto ko lang malaman kung naririnig nyo ako ng maayos. Number 4. Yan. Hinumla ako. Ayun, okay. Good. So, ibig sabihin nandiyan pa kayo. Maraming salamat. Okay, sige. So, we have about 56 responders or responses dito. So, sige. While you are still, doing that, let's have a quick check. So, remember as I have mentioned kanina, everything we talk about here are not recommendation. I don't do recos. Okay? Lahat ito are just based on my personal opinion and should be used as part of your research lamang. Okay? Remember, kayo pa rin yung pipindot ng buy or sell button, so you should be accountable kung ano man yung iti-trade ninyo. Whether you buy, you sell, or you hold. Okay? Next. If you find this type of session helpful, please, I would really appreciate it kung halimbawang i-consider ninyo na mag-subscribe sa ating channel. So, we are in Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So, kahit saan dyan. Pero sana, you can support me on YouTube. Yan. Okay. And then also, share the stream. Baka sakaling mas marami tayong matulungan. And then, ito. So, again, my setup here, or at least my opinion, will be based on a swing trading type of a setup. Okay? My time frame is about several days, few weeks, sometimes maabot ako ng years. Okay? Now, kung halimbawang ikaw ay isang day trader, then sorry, pero this is not for you. Okay? So, straight to the point na tayo pagdating dyan. Okie dokie. If that is all clear, then eto. Okay. So, I will be closing out our poll na. So, we have 58 responses. Okay, so I'll be deactivating the poll so that we can finalize yung mga numbers. And done. Okay. So with that, excuse me. This is our poll. So basically, andin yun na. Pinakita ko lang, pero basically, ito yung nasa background. Ito naman yung nakikita ko. Wherein we have FNI 6 votes, MWIDE 5, ayan. Medyo mahaba-haba yan. Okay? So ang gagawin natin is, again, I will start with the stock with the most vote pababa. Okay? So hopefully, I don't think kaya natin tapusin lahat, pero we'll try our very best. Okay? Nasaan na yung ko? Let me try to set this one up para mas maayos tayo. Okay. So let's start. FNI. Okay. So basically, FNI right now is forming a sideways. After that recent rally doon sa bottom niya at 2 pesos. My range is at 220 hanggang 260. Etong small range na to, this is about ilang percent? Maliit lang yung percent, yung na ito. 17 lang. Okay. But anyways, teka tinatanggal ko lang yung mga hindi kailangan para malinis natin siya. Okay. At the moment, FNI is trading at 2.28, So kung halimbawang meron akong hawak na FNI, at this level, I'll hold, Hold lang muna ako sa kanya. Pero I'll set my immediate cut loss sa 220. Okay? 220 yung immediate cut loss ko. While kung wala naman akong hawak na FNI, then I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit more pa. Okay? Na umabot siya, bumaba pa siya around 220, bounce, or I'll wait sa 260 na lang sa taas. Okay? And then after reaching the 260, then ang play ko na is for the 320 target. So, yan. That is my take on FNI. Kasi technically, it's still, ay, sorry. Mali pala ako. Ulitin ko ha. Ang range ko pala is not just 260. It should be 220 hanggang 320. So, isang buo yan. Etong part na to, yung 220, this is just the minor resistance. No? Which is, I consider yung mga minor resistances just to evaluate kung gaano kalakas yung movement or yung price action ng isang stock. Okay? But nevertheless, yung gagawin ko sa kanila, if I hold or if I am just buying for the first time, is still the same. Next, MWIDE. Okay. MWIDE. Uy. Yun lang. Now, etong si MWIDE kasi, it's still on a downtrend, no? Pero right now, it's forming a consolidation. So, downtrend siya, galing siya dito. Ayan. Galing siya sa downtrend. And then, right now, consolidation. Diba? The good thing on that consolidation is that clear yung kanyang support and resistance. I am seeing it at 6 pesos on the support, while 728 naman sa resistance. Okay, and that is about a range of nasa around 20%. No? Now, if you recall, 'di ba pinag-usapan natin kanina the bearish engulfing pattern. Okay? And this is a clear bearish engulfing candle. Kung mapapansin natin, yung last candle kanina, yung red candle na to, sobrang strong niya, no? The sellers were really in control of the candle kaninang umaga. Okay? Now, again, pag ganyan yung nakikita ko, usually, sabi natin, di ba, bearish engulfing candles are usually followed by a bearish bias. Okay? Now, anong gagawin ko? For example, kung may hawak akong Monde, no? Kasi dapat kanina dapat yung take profit, no? Kumbaga in anticipation na for this one, kahit partial. Okay? Pero kung halimbawa tomorrow, then wala tayong magagawa doon. Siguro what I'll do is kaya ko bang i-risk on siya? Kumbaga i-risk ko na lang na intayin ko siya dun sa support, no? To do that, let me try to measure. Nasa 4% na lang naman pala. So maliit na lang. If below 5% na lang yung from the support, then pwede ko nang i-risk on yon. So that means I'll hold, no? Pero the moment na bumalik na siya dito, then watch out for this one. And try to wait kung magba-bounce. The moment na hindi, nag-drop yan dito, then matic sell. Kung wala naman akong hawak na MY, then this is a really good opportunity kasi nga, di ba nga, for bearish engulfing candle, tendency niya is to go down. So, abang na lang, no, for a potential drop here and then pick up when it bounces. MM. Nangyari kay MM kanina. Ooh. Drop din siya, no? About 3.6. Okay. So, pagdating dito kay MM, pero yung maliit lang kasi yung range ko eh. I think I can move this one all the way up na. Yeah. Ay, hindi. 450 kasi talaga yung major nito eh. Oo. From here to here and baka dito rin. Okay? So, 450. How big is this range? 395 hanggang maliit na lang. If I try to extend it hanggang 480, yun, medyo mas acceptable na siya, no? At the 480 level, no? Kung yun yung gagawin kong resistance. I can do that, no? I can move my resistance here sa 480. Yun nga lang, I would still consider yung 450 na parang kumbaga resistance pa rin siya for MM. Okay? Now, how I would do it is ganito. If meron akong hawak na MM, I'll hold. I'll hold na muna kasi malapit na rin naman dun sa 394 or 395 na support, no? Kung wala naman akong hawak na then I'll check this one, no? Itong 4402. If it bounces, let's say tomorrow, I might consider buying. Okay? I might consider buying. It all really depends, no, kung ano yung magiging formation niya tomorrow. Kasi technically, although this stock is still on a downtrend, meron na rin siyang parang V formation dito eh. So I'm taking that into consideration whenever I try to trade, no? Yung mga subtle na indicators or at least price movements na nakikita natin. Okay? So ayun, going back here, depende tomorrow kung ano yung makikita ko dito. And then target ko will be 480. Yun yung target ko, no? Pero again, that 450 will still be a big play kay MM, no? Kasi historically, doon siya naglalaro. BSC. For BSC naman, ayun lang. Okay. For BSC at trend, no? V formation din siya. Okay? Yun nga lang, meron na bang, oo, meron na. I was looking kasi for historicals na ginagawa ng isang stock kung how frequent niyang ginagawa yung specific pattern, no? And specifically here, what I'm trying to look at is yung mga V patterns. So like this one, V pattern yan, and then meron din siya dito. So okay naman, no? Meron. Yun nga lang, mukhang dire-diretso to. After kasi na nag-breach dito sa 68.86 way back nung July, ngayon it is ranging between 0.45 hanggang 0.68 na lang, no? Malaki pa rin naman tong range na to. Malaki pa rin siya, around 50%. Okay? Yun nga lang, mukhang nahihirapan siya, no? One time lang siya umabot sa support, tapos yung resistance medyo hirap na siya to really take the resistance out. And dito pa lang 0.64 nagda-drop out na siya. 'Di ba? So, kung meron akong hawak na BSC, anong gagawin ko? At this moment, I'll hold. Okay? I'll hold. While kung wala naman akong hawak na BSC, I'll wait sa 0.45. Okay? Yung bounce doon ako mag-aabang. BHI. Yan. Yun. Oh, okay. So, mukhang si BHI is trying to... Yeah, actually, it's already head and shoulders, no? Saan ko siya nakita? It's not a straight up horizontal head and shoulders. It's more of a parang medyo may pagka-inclined siya. Okay? Tama ba? Medyo may pagka-inclined, no? Kasi I was looking at this one. And then okay. So, pero nevertheless, for BHI kasi, since nagpo-form na siya dyan, then the next stop is here, no? Medyo pababa na siya following that head and shoulders pattern, and in route na siya doon sa 0.08 na support. Actually, hindi lang siya sa 0.8 lang. Even ito, 0.07 pala. Baka umabot siya dyan. Okay. Tingin ko pwedeng umabot yan ng 0.07 eh. Especially kapag nabasag niya to, yung MA200. No? Kung meron akong hawak na BHI, siguro, pwede ko pa rin naman siyang ilaban. No? I can risk it. Pero, ang magiging immediate cut loss ko sa kanya is itong MA200. Pag siya nag-drop pa ng below that MA200 line, I'll sell. Okay? Pero kung wala naman akong hawak na BHI, then I'll just wait. No, hintayin ko na lang siya na mag-drop. Either umabot siya dun sa MA200 o kaya dito sa 0.07. Next, CLI. 949, bibilisan ko na lalo. Okay. So, kay CLI naman, ang range niya is between 2.80 hanggang 3.3. 2.80 hanggang 3.3. Okay? Nililinis ko lang siya kasi masyado madungis. Yan. Okay. So 2.8 hanggang 3.3 with a range nung part na yan, maliit lang, 18%. Okay. So, for CLI, no, kung meron akong hawak na CLI, I'll hold. Okay? I'll hold pa muna. And then, set my immediate cut loss at 3 pesos. Pag nahulog yan ng 3 pesos, I'll partially sell. Okay? And then, I'll do full sell kapag umawal pa siya ng 280. Now, kung halimbawa wala naman akong hawak na CLI, then I'll wait sa 280. Okay? Bounce from 280 yung abangan ko sa kanya. Everything in between, hold. Ito. Nangyari, uy, nag-drop pala talaga tong si dito, no? Natanggal kita, ayaw mo pa, ano. Anyways, so, now, etong kay dito, the good thing that I can see here is that etong MA50 line, okay, it is doing a really good support para dun sa stock. No? Kasi kung mapapansin natin yung candlestick niya kanina, ilang beses yan, ha? Ilang beses niyang nirespect yung MA50. So, again, itong blue line, ha? Ito yung MA50 ko. So, for example, yan, dito pa lang, nung na-reject, dumire-diretso siya. And then, here, also, no? Nung nag-break, dumikit lang siya ng konti, umangat na. No? And kanina, almost same story, no? So umabot siya almost doon, no? Umabot siya doon sa MA50 line pero na-push agad ng mga buyers pataas. Okay? Which tells me na okay, etong MA50 na to is still being followed ng mga dito traders. Okay? So, what do I do there? Kung halimbawa meron akong hawak na dito, I'll hold. Pero I'll watch out for this. The moment na MA50 breaks, I'll partially sell. Pag umabot pa siya ng 7 pesos, which is my main support, I'll do my full sell. No? Pagka na-break. Kung wala naman akong hawak na dito, then technically pwede yung test buy dito sa area na to. No? Kasi I still find this one as a bounce eh. Nag-bounce siya from that 8 peso. Umangat pa siya na push ng mga buyers. Okay? Yun nga lang, before I make that buy dito sa area na yan, I have to measure. Pag bumili kasi ako dito at 824, ilan ang upside ko? Not bad. About 20% pa. Okay? So, ayan. APL. APL naman, ayun lang, lumalapit na siya, oh. Lumalapit na siya. Nice, nice. Okay, ba't ko nasabing nice? Nice ito para dun sa mga nag-aabang, no? Nag-aabang kay APL. Okay? Kasi malapit na siya sa support. And usually, di ba, kapag malapit sa support, wait for the bounce and then doon siya. Okay? Now, this is also a good candidate for swing traders. Okay? Kasi kung mapapansin natin, it's really forming that that swing, no? Swing from the low to the high. Okay? Technically, my range here is between 0.1 hanggang 0.16. Malaki to. Almost 56%. No? Etong orange line na to, this is my mini resistance. Okay? Dahil dun siya huling nag-reverse. No? So I take that into consideration. Now, if meron akong hawak na ATL, since malapit na ako sa 0.1, risk on ko na siya. Okay? Which means mag-hold lang muna ako. But the moment it breaches 0.1, I'll sell. Kung wala naman akong hawak na ATL, then I think it is already on the buying area. No? Buying area in anticipation for the breakout. Breakout tuloy, for the bounce. Okay? And then immediate naman din nun again is cut loss dun sa 0.1. So kung halimbawa bibili ako dito, then I'll need to set my cut loss immediately dun sa 0.1. Okay? Next, ACEN. So, ACEN naman is, yan. After series of rally in the past several days, nagkakaroon na siya ng, I really cannot say na resistance na to kasi dalawa pa lang eh. Or technically, dalawa pa lang. No? Etong dalawa pa lang yung nagbibigay ng ng clue na etong 10.25 is a resistance, no? Kulang pa yan. Usually I'll be waiting for about mga 3 to 5 candles. So it would be very interesting to see kung anong magiging candle niya by tomorrow. Okay? Para ko masabi na okay, this is now a resistance. Okay? So sa ngayon hindi pa siya ganun ka-solid. Now, kung meron akong hawak na ACEN, ang gagawin ko is I'll hold, no? I'll hold and then I'll monitor tomorrow. Nilagay ko lang to dito kasi nga, 'di ba sabi ko kanina, on every breakout I make sure to move, no? To move yung support ko so that meron akong target na pwede kong pagbentahan. Selling on the strength side. Okay? And that part here is the 10 peso line. Okay? Now, kung meron akong hawak na ACEN, I'll hold. If it breaches 10 pesos tomorrow, pag nabasag yung 10, let's say nag 9.99, 9.98, then I'll consider partially selling. Okay? That is to at least lock my gains here. No? Kung halimbawa maganda yung movement ko or maganda yung average ko sa baba. Kung wala naman akong hawak na ACEN, then I think this is also a good indicator here, no? For a potential buy para naman makasakay doon sa pwedeng paglipad niya. Okay? And again, on every buy, we need to have a cut loss point. And my cut loss point here is still 10 pesos. Okay? Next. Converge. Ayun. Okay. So again, for Converge, all-time high. Diba? All-time high. Ano ba all-time? Okay. So at 35 pesos. Sabi nga natin, walang resistance sa all-time high. So mag-aabang pa tayo ng magandang resistance sa kanya. Sa ngayon, kung meron akong hawak, no, syempre, stay put. No? Hold lang ako dyan. And then, i-move ko lang to. Okay? For Converge, I think pwede na ako dito. 32.50, no? Para lang kapag nag-drop siya below 32.50, then yun yung magiging sell signal ko sa kanya. Okay? Pero otherwise, hanggat hindi pa siya nagda-drop below that, hayaan lang, hold lang muna. Kung wala naman akong hawak na Converge, then I'll wait. Saan ako maghihintay? 32 pesos. Baba ko ng konti. Ayan, 32 pesos. No? Yung drop niya dyan, tapos I'll wait for the bounce. Pagka nakabili na ako rito, then my next anticipation is for the stock to go up naman. Okay? As long as 32 pesos holds, then that's good for the stock. Kung hindi, then alam na. Okay? Next. Si Monde, napag-usapan na natin siya kanina, di ba? Yeah. Napag-usapan natin siya kanina. So, yung discussion natin on handling a all-time high at the beginning of our session, same pa rin siya. Okay? Next, LTG. LTG, same thing, no? Same thing nung sinasabi ko ever since. I'd like to stay away from LTG sa ngayon. Okay? I'll try to stay away dahil the stock is still on a bearish bias. No? Downtrend siya. No? Saan pa siya galing? Yeah. Downtrend talaga ng stock na to. So, as much as possible, I don't trade mga downtrend stocks dahil Delix pa yan. Hindi ko pa alam kung hanggang saan naabot. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na LTG, well, kung hawak ko na siya sa area na to, then ilabang ko na siya, no? Sa support ng 850. Ibig sabihin, pag nag-drop below 850, sell. Kasi wala, nandiyan eh. Kung wala naman akong hawak na LTG, then pass na muna ako sa kanya. I look for other better stock. SEB. Yan. SEB naman, drop. Drop si SEB. Okay, confirmed ang head and shoulders niya. Yikes. Okay. Saan yung support na next? $35 na yung kasunod ko sa kanya. Yeah. 35. Okay. So, kung meron akong hawak na SEB, no? I'll monitor tomorrow. I'll monitor kung sakasakaling mag-bounce pa siya. Hopefully, sana, praying, no, na this is just a false breakdown. Sana, no. Again, to spot the false breakdown is kapag yung next candle niya bumalik above 42.80. Okay? So kapag ganon, yay. Pero pag siya nag-drop pa even further or even just below that 42.80 mark, I'll sell. Okay? Kung wala akong hawak na SEB, I'll wait. No, hintayin ko na lang siya. And besides, the tourism sector kasi ngayon is still on a bearish bias eh. 'Di ba? Dahil syempre sila yung talagang affected nung pandemic. Okay. ALLHC. Ayun. Ito yung So, ganito yung itsura, no? Whenever you are, diba, si ALLHC kasi nag-move din siya. Nag-move din siya into all-time high. Diba? And then sabi ko kanina, what I usually do, yung exit ko is I move it. Ayan. Okay. And then, ito yung nasa 5.20, 5.25, 5.27, yung aking immediate support, no? Ayun, nag-drop na siya rito. So technically, dapat kanina, kung may hawak akong ALLHC, this could have already been my sell. No? Partial sell na ako agad dyan. Taking profit kung ano man yung gains ko over in the past. Okay? Partial lang para at least kung sakali mang mag-rebound agad siya, lumipad ulit siya, then may skin on the game pa. So, yan. Now, kung wala naman akong hawak na ALLHC, anong gagawin ko? Then, I'll wait. No? Hintayin ko siya na mag-drop pa even further hanggang 460. Okay? Alternatively, I'll wait for the breakout. No? Saan yung breakout? Ito. At 540. So, breakout ng 540, again, pullback. Mag-aantay ako ng pullback. And that pullback must be above 540. No? Dapat mag-hold yung 540 sa kanya. Okay. GERI. Yun lang. Itong initial rally neto, no, which was noong September 3, this was because of yung news about yung casino. Planong casino sa Boracay. No? Kasama siya doon. Siya at saka si LR, silang dalawa. Actually, si GERI, si Meg at saka si LR, sila yung tatlong lumakas nung mga panahon na yon when it was announced. Yan. And ngayon, unfortunately, it's breaking down already. No? Hindi kasi hindi na-sustain yung news. That's why the stock is breaking down. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na GERI, I look for opportunity to sell. Okay? Especially kung dito na ako nakakuha at 133, wala na. Cut na dapat siya. No? Kung hindi man dito yung cut, dapat dito sa area na to. Hindi na siya dapat pinaabot dito. Okay? Kung wala naman akong hawak na GERI, I'll stay away muna. No? Pwedeng may play pa to ha. Pwede pa siyang may play. Pero very, very speculative. And short term lang siya. Okay. Sorry. 10:05 na. So, siguro last 3 na lang ako ha. Last 3. Pili na lang ako sa baba ha. Converge kasi tapos na natin, di ba? So, I'll take NIKL. I'll take AP. I'm interested to see AP. Tapos, WLCON. Okay? So, silang tatlo. NIKL, AP, and WLCON. Unahin natin si NIKL. Yun. Okay. So, itong kay NIKL, no, range ko sa kanya is between 5 pesos hanggang 6.35. This is a range of about mga 25% pa. Okay? So, kung meron akong hawak na NIKL, I'll hold. Okay? I'll hold. I'll set my immediate cut loss sa 560. Immediate lang naman. Okay? That means kung kanina ako nakabili, then my cut loss will be at 560. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Pero syempre, kung sa ibang price point ka nakabili, then it would depend, no? Kung wala naman akong hawak na NIKL, then I'll wait. Hintayin ko siya, again, mag-drop, or lumipad. And then, same thing. I'll be buying on the pullback. Okay? Hindi ko na actually na-monitor yung yung pricing ng nickel futures sa global market. So, hindi ko pa siya ulit na sisilit. Pero in the past kasi, it's doing all-time highs eh. So, I'm not sure entirely sa ngayon if yung rally na yun is still ongoing. Pero looking at the chart ni nickel at saka ni FNI kanina, mukhang tingin ko baka nagpapahinga din yung nickel futures. Next is AP. Si Aboitiz Power na nag all-time high din kanina. Ay, 52-week high. Ayun, break na. So, breakout, no? Breakout play yung nangyari kay AP. With really good value turnover, 272 million. Okay. So, breakout play, alam nyo na ang ibig sabihin yan. Abang sa kung ano ang mangyayari on the next candle. No? This is still just a 52-week high or all-time? 52 lang. Okay? Kasi when that happens, hanapan natin siya ng next resistance, no? After niyang ma-break yun, then technically, wait ha. Kasi the next one na nakikita ko is ito na eh. Kaso ang liit niya masyado, 31 pesos lang. Which basically is just filling in the gap, no, na ginawa ni AP nung nakaraan. Okay. So if I will be skipping that, 40 pesos yung kasunod. And that is around 32% upside. Okay? Now, even at 32% upside, we still have to consider yung mga tinatawag nating mini resistances. Okay? And one of them is here. At 34. I think 34 na yan. Ayan. Nasa around 34 pesos. Okay, mini resistance. Okay? So once again, no, congrats sa mga may hawak ng ng AP. And then dun sa mga nag-aabang naman, again, it will be critical yung mga next at least siguro mga 1 to 3 candles ni AP tomorrow, no? Sana magstay above 30 pesos. Sana. Okay? And last but not the least is WLCON. Nagpahinga na ba si WLCON? Nagpahinga na nga siya. Okay, so for WLCON, this is another stock na nag-all-time high, di ba? Now, I'll be placing my cut loss immediately here. 26 pesos. Basta 26. Ang hirap ng chain. Okay. So, kung meron akong hawak na WLCON, I'll hold. Okay? Pero I'll watch out for the 26 pesos. Kasi pag ito na break, then again, take profit na yun. Kung wala naman akong hawak na WLCON, then I'll wait. Hintayin ko siya na mag-drop hanggang 22. Hintayin ko yung pag-drop niya hanggang 22 pesos. And then bounce again. Okay? Now, the opposite side is kung halimbawa naman, kung hindi mag-drop, magtuloy-tuloy, then again, I'll be moving this one here, which will be my resistance. So, that means breakout play naman. Diba? So, hayaan siya mag-breakout and then pullback. This will be my entry. As long as 27.75 holds, then this could be my new entry for WLCON. So, either way, no, either dito on the breakout or play on the bounce naman. So, either way. Okay? So, ayun. Guys, hanggang dito lang muna tayo, no? I think ang dami natin na pag-usapan ngayon. So, I hope may natutunan naman kahit paano. Not just on those particular stocks, but yung concept, no? Yung theory behind it, and then how you would apply. Okay? Kasi more than yung minention ko kanina mga entry points, take profit points, yun kasi specific on those stock eh. Pero if you know how to do it, which I think consistent naman yung minimension ko kanina, yun yung pag-aralan ninyo so that you can also apply them on other stocks na meron kayo. Okay? And you don't have just to rely on what I will tell you or what other analysts will tell you. At least you have that, kumbaga, learning mindset. Okay? So, ayun guys, maraming salamat for tuning in and for waiting up hanggang alas 10 ng gabi. Okay? So, as always, thank you so much for watching and good luck sa inyong mga trading. Bye!